I thought one of the points that you mentioned about the concentration of homeless families, seniors and teens was really interesting. Where did that come from? I know you're sort of, you've been going around to door to door for quite a long time. What have you been seeing on our streets? What is it specifically about that seniors and teens and homeless families that you're going to address, and how would you do that?
Right. Have you guys heard my? Well, I'll just tell it to you because you asked. So when it comes to homelessness in Los Angeles, it's increased year upon year for the last 5-6 years now. People say part of it has to do with the gentrification and the high cost of housing. There's probably a number of factors behind that. There's a number of legal things in Los Angeles that have made it actually harder for apartments to be rented at anything less than market rate these days. Having to do with trash collection fees and rental unit control registration and systematic code enforcement. It's just gotten very expensive that are regular folks just going to work and walking your dog. So that's my first thing. Toilets, the next would be public showers. The long-term solution is that we need shelters and we need supportive housing with wraparound services. Those are the things that everyone's been talking about since I was a boy in Los Angeles in the 80s, and that's all people talked about. So building that housing is going to require a politician, a political class that's not going to dump a project on a neighborhood, but work with that neighborhood from the bottom up of those projects. Usually we do that with our nonprofit housing developers. And that's why our nonprofit housing developers present us with $250,000 to $500,000 per unit costs for supportive housing, as an example. The project that the incumbent brags about, which was started in the Ed Reyes administration almost 10 years ago, which has finally come to fruition at Heritage Square, those units are like $280,000, $300,000 per unit. And that's a lot of money for a subsidized unit, and we'll be permanently paying maintenance and never making back enough in rents to maintain it. So in another 40 years, you can expect an expose by the LA Times, what a disaster the place is and how there's cockroaches everywhere, because that's how we design and build our city, is fiscally insolvent and unstable. And so there's a lot that has to be addressed with homelessness when it comes to making the economic case, making the practical case to the neighbors of how we build it, and then how we build it is just as important so that it's sustainable as well, economically in the long term.